It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
BOOMSHAKALAKA!
Rogue agent nearby.
Oh hell no!
Shit, it's 1,000. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Shit, you coming. Spin the check and get it right back.
What's going on, guys? This your boy Eazyy TV bringing you guys another Division 2 video. Today I have the Seeker Mine build that I told you guys I was going to make. I said it was going to be a one-shot Seeker Mine. I tried my best to make it a one-shot Seeker Mine. There is a way you can make it a one-shot Seeker Mine build, but it's not for PvP. It's going to be for PvE. I'm going to cover PvP and PvE in this build video, so I can show you guys, like, for the PvE people, what you guys need to run, how to make it a guy roll, basically like a min-max build or whatever you want to call it. And then for my PvP people, I will show you guys the guide rolls that you would need as well to even maximize it more than what it is. All right, so before we get into the video, guys, always leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. Also hit the notification button. I appreciate all the love, man. We are on our way to 10,000 subs. I appreciate all the love, man. It's been an exciting week for me already that I'm getting so much love on YouTube already. All right. But without further ado, let's get into the build. So first things first, I am running a demolitionist with 2 assault rifles. Y'all gonna be like, why are you running a demolitionist with 2 assault rifles? The demolitionists give a grenade. They get a grenade perk. They get a grenade buff, which I believe give you 25%. Let's see. All right, so with the explosive damage, it's called explosive ordnance tier 3. 25% increased explosive damage, effects, explosive grenade skills, and effects. You will want that. You will want to run a demolitionist even though you're running dual ARs. The only reason why you're running dual ARs is because the ARs give you health damage. All right, they come with health damage on it. So once you blow off the armor of an NPC or you blow off the armor of a player or anything like that, then you will have the assault rifle to back you up, because this is going to blow the armor off of these enemies. You will have the assault rifle to just chunk away at the health within the blink of an eye. Now I will say this. I tested this in the ODZ against a player that had like 245k armor. It blew off all of his armor except for 1 bar, but that wasn't with rooted proc. That was just me having a Seeker Mine on the ground, and then it just blew up and it hit him and he had 1. Now I'm pretty sure if I was in cover with rooted, which I'm gonna go over what rooted is, if I was in cover with rooted, I probably would have one-shot at the dude or whatever. I've actually tried this in skirmish. I do not recommend that you really run this build in skirmish. Now, I will run this build in a normalized DZ, but how skirmish is set up, I wouldn't run this build myself in skirmish. You can if you want to. It's a pretty, like, when you hit people, it's just the normalization fucks everything up with most of these builds, all right? But in a normalized skirmish, when you hit somebody with the Seeker Mine still, it still knocks off their armor, but it's not as much as it is in the open world or the ODZ. So I'm gonna just give you guys a heads up about that. But for ODZ, the regular DZ is okay. But for that fast paced like skirmish gameplay, I wouldn't recommend that. But I will tell you guys how to make it a one-shot, especially for my PvE people. All right. So once again, I am running the invisible hand weapon. You do not need this. I just have it because it has rooted at the bottom. But Cray told me about rooted. I actually never really paid attention to what rooted does. So it says, while equipped and in cover, all skill damage and healing is increased by 25% for 10 seconds. Buff is lost when exiting cover, can occur once every 25 seconds. Now this build is set up to where once you blow something up and you get your Seeker Mine back, it comes back with rooted. So as long as you keep dropping that Seeker Mine and it blows up that time frame and you're procking rooted, Every time you get that Seeker Mine back, you will also have Rooted procced as well. That's how I had it set up, so it works hand in hand with each other, all right? So that has Optimus, Allegro, and Rooted on it. There's all the mods for that. And then the secondary gun is a CTAR. You do not have to use none of these weapons. This is just what I prefer to use. And that has Optimus, Allegro, and Rhythm. There's all the mods for that. And then the mask is a China Light mask. It has 10% explosives damage. You will want at least one piece of this. It's mandatory that you have one piece of this, all right? And then it has critical hit chance and skill power. You do not need the crit chance. If you're going to be PvPing, I advise you guys to go with like health or something, or armor if you can, or if you can get skill power and cooldown reduction, that's fine. But you need to have destructive as a talent. Destructive is the bread and butter of the build, all right? So you will have destructive as a talent on the mask. With the chest piece, it's a Fenris chest piece. It has health, skill power, and weapon damage. I would want that to be armor, skill power, and weapon damage. And then it has berserk and explosive, and destructive. Now the reason why I have berserk is because it's already lacking damage. All right, it's already lacking damage because it's a skill power build. As you guys can see, it's a 5-1-10 build. So I will want berserk because it would give me that extra weapon damage that I can have to be able to gun with the other people. All right, and there's my mod for that. The DNH holster, you can have any holster you want to. The only reason why I went with this holster is because they have a high amount of skill power and it has devastating on it for PvP when I use it in PvP. And then that has a electronics mod on it as well. I have an Alps backpack, gives me one piece, gives me cooldown reduction. It has skill power, critical hit damage, and then it also has destructive and vital. I wouldn't go with vital. I would go with like destructive and harden. Destructive and hard hitting if you're going to be PvEing, destructive and safeguard, destructive and skilled. I have pieces like that, but I don't have the god rolls that I need to make like skill, because I really wanted skilled and destructive with the skill power on it, and I wanted it to be an Alps, but I don't have an Alps like that, so I just went with this one. And then there's the both mods for that. The gloves is an Alps, give me that 5% skill power. It has 323 skill power on it and destructive. Once again, an officer mod. And then the knee pads, it's a Providence knee pads, which you will need that. It gives you a 10% skill power, has cooldown reduction on it, and it has destructive on that as well. And then the skills that I'm using, of course, is the one shot, the big Seeker Mine that gives out the most damage. I will show you guys what that Seeker Mine does and the cluster Seeker Mine does. But the main reason why I wanted this much skill power is because of that bottom payload slot right there. It says it gives me 27.8% more damage with this mod, and it requires for you to have 2785 skill power. So if you want to have those good mods that hit hard, nice healing and stuff like that, you will want to put more skill power into this. You do not have to go over 2800. Because most mods don't even require for you to go over that high to get the good ones. Then I have another one that has 15.5% damage on it and 22.2% on cooldown reduction. All right, I'm pretty sure y'all can get better mods than I do. I just don't have the mods. All right, and then you can run the best of the best that you can for mods for the Chem Launcher. My Chem Launcher has 46.5% health, which requires 2327 electronic skill power. You have that already. And then 33.9% on the heal, and that requires 1697. So the Chem Launcher is amazing when I use it for my heals. All right, now before I get into the rest of that, the demonstration, my PvE people, I'm going to tell you, and you guys listen if you want to write it down, how to make this a one-shot build in PvE. I will probably do a video within the next couple of days on the one-shot PvE build. Right now, this is catered towards PvP, but it's strong in PvE as well. All right, so first things first, with the mask, You will want a China mask or any kind of mask that you can get, probably a badger mask, but you will always want that one piece China. But let's just say we copying my build and we're going to make it a PvE. So you will want a one piece China. That critical hit chance, you will want it to be damage to elites. You will go with skill power and destructive. That's what you would do. All right. I'm pretty sure you can get hard hitting on here. I'm not sure if you can get, see, like I got 30% right there for damage to elites. You will want that. You can roll it on to there. I'm not sure if you can get 2 talents on the mask. Not sure at all. But if you can get 2 talents on the mask, go with hard hitting and destructive. If you can't, choose and pick in between. You can either go with, you know, hard hitting, which give you 15% damage to elites, or you will go with destructive. All right. So then for the chest piece, you will not need berserk. You don't need berserk if you're going to be doing PvE. So you can go with I would go with, like I said, more armor, skill power, and weapon damage. And then I would go with hard hitting and destructive on my chest piece. Hard hitting and destructive on my chest piece. All right. And then with the holster as well, I would go with any piece that you can get, maybe like a Gila piece or something like that. But I will have a high amount of skill power on it. And then I will also have hard hitting on that one as well, as you guys can see. So it's the same kind of holster, but one has devastating on it. The other has 15% damage to elites. So for my PvE people, you will want to go into damage to elites instead of weapon damage right here. All right. So for the book bag, you will go with skill power, and you can go with skill power and weapon damage if you want to. I will go skill power and armor if I was you guys. And then once again, I would go with destructive and hard hitting. You can get hard hitting on the backpack for sure. I know I have one. So here's, you guys see right there, hard hitting right there. And there is backpacks that have 2 of those. You know, if you see right there on hard hitting, that emblem that has a circle, there is backpacks like that where you can run hard hitting and destructive. So we'll go with hard hitting and destructive again. And then with this one, you would just keep this as is, because I don't think you can get hard hitting on the gloves, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's just destructive. So just go with destructive. And then with the knee pads, you can go with destructive, or you can go with hard hitting. I'm not sure if you can get 2 talents on the knee pads, but since you already changed out one, what I'll do is I would go with hard hitting on the knee pads, so you can have enough in between. You can have enough in between the knee pads, damage to elites on the knee pads, and then you can have your destructive as well. So you will have way more than enough power to one shot a NPC. All right. So now for basically, let's see. I just want to show you guys what this actually does. We're going to put this on the hardest difficulty. All right. Sometimes the Seeker Mine does not touch the dummies, which I don't know why, but it is what it is. So we're going to do this all procced with rooted. All right. So I'm going to show you guys this one, and then I'm going to show you guys the one with the clusters. All right. So rooted is proc that you guys can see at the bottom, and we're just going to drop that Seeker, see what it does. All right. So it almost basically, this one is halfway. That one behind it is one shot. You see that? I can't see. It's not showing up. Let me shoot this one down. Hopefully it doesn't. All right, so this was a yellow back here. You see that? And this is without a damage to elites. That damn thing is one-shotted. That's a one-shot right there. It didn't touch this one. It's fine. It didn't touch that one, and it didn't touch that one. All right, so let's try it again. Let's get out of cover. Get back into cover with see if we can proc rooted. All right, we cannot proc rooted, but we're gonna still drop this anyways. Boom, knocked all the armor off. And then this one right here. And then, like I said, you will have the assault rifle because of the health. So you can just, you see how it's hitting for like, let me see. It's hitting for, knock the armor off, 23. Reload. So that bullet is hitting for 23. But if you go look at my stats, the gun is at 16 weapon damage. That's because the gun already comes with health damage. So the health damage kick in. So this is why I tell you, you should run an assault rifle with this. But that's only if you want to, all right? So you guys seen what that do? That's almost basically a one shot. These are not down, and then that stuff got, you knock the armor off of that. You just shred them up with this. Now with the clusters. All right. So with the clusters are real nice too. I usually run the clusters with more clusters. Let's see. So I got cooldown reduction, damage, and damage. We can do cooldown reduction, damage, and damage. That's cool. Sometimes you could just run it with more seekers. All right, so that one didn't get hit for some reason. Once again, this thing is buggy, but this one in the back got hit. And it just blows up everything. And then we're gonna proc root it again and see exactly what happens. But I will make a PvE one-shot build for PvE. But the damage that you see right here is crazy damage when you get into the ODZ and you're fighting players. The damage get crazy. It blows off all their armor. I actually was fighting a dude that had like 245k armor, and I would drop that big seeker on him and it knocks off all his armor except for like one piece of armor, and all I do is just touch him up. I don't even have to shoot. All I do is touch him up with the with this assault rifle and he's dead, because once that next bar armor already come off, is already faded. Once that next bar armor come off, all you have is health, and then that's when the assault rifles kick in and they get shredded. All right, so we proc that, root it, and then here's the seekers. So that one's down. That one got one shotted. That one's almost down. This one didn't get touched at all. That one barely got touched. So it's really inconsistent up in here, even though it showed that all that was in the red, they all were supposed to blow up. But like I said, as you guys see, this didn't even get touched whatsoever. All right. But once again, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Leave a thumbs up on the video if you like it. I will drop a PvE one-shot version of this right now. This is catered to PvP. This is my PvP setup. I will make a PvE build, and it's going to guarantee one-shot these yellows, like blow them up completely. But like I said, I appreciate you guys coming through, and I'm out.